the stream. We apologise for the technical difficulties we're currently sustaining at the moment due to the current state of F1 2020. We are struggling to get things going. So, unfortunately, right now we are trying our best to deliver what we can that's left of the Canadian Grand Prix. Obviously, it's a bit of a pain in the backside considering we just got through to Q3. We just witnessed a load of people get eliminated in Q1, and now we sort of... I don't know if we have to go through it all over again, or they're just going to form the grid in a certain manner. Are you still in it, Vettel?
No, I've just tried to rejoin it again. There's still 3 minutes left of Q3, so I'm assuming someone's doing a lap.
A part of me kind of doesn't want to click spectate, otherwise I'm going to be stuck in that endless loop. Okay, it's been declared apparently that by a committee decision that it is going to be a restart.
So that means the whole of qualifying then?
I think that will be the whole of qualifying, which is frustrating because not everyone is going to have that time to get to the end, I imagine. That is a bit tricky.
Yeah, it's just endless loop again.
Okay, so whoever's still in the lobby right now will have to provide Raikkonen a screenshot. So what they're going to do is they're going to finish Q3, and then they're going to restart the entire lobby, and then they're going to reform. They're going to basically form the grid through what's left of Q3. So in a way, we don't know who's going to be where.
Exciting.
It is exciting. I really don't know, Gruntastrophe. He says, but some aren't in Q3. That is true, but we really don't know what to do. We right now, currently, this is out of our hands. We're just... I can't click spectate because this lobby's messed up. Apparently, there's 16 cars still in the game.
Right, okay.
But yeah, this is weird. Right, we're being updated as we go. So currently, at the moment, we're waiting on an update on what is currently happening.
I think now might be a good opportunity to talk a bit more about the Canadian circuit, seeing as we got no gameplay footage to go off.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Actually, could you try inviting Gruntastrophe if you've got a moment? So, obviously, actually, no, I think I remember one of the prominent things I remember about the Canadian Grand Prix is, I think it's after he won the race or qualified on pole yet again, he actually received the helmet of Ayrton Senna from the Senna family, which I thought was quite nice.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton's always been a big fan of Lewis. Oh. But I'm not in the game.
Right, but yeah, anyways, yeah, so Ayrton Senna's helmet got given to Lewis Hamilton. That was quite a nice gesture. Oh, hello. We've got, hello. Correct.
Yeah.
Before you guys ask why we're answering, before we're being updated on what's happening. Yes. Vettel might have that. It'll be in former streams because obviously in the first stream we'll have the description of who got knocked out in Q1 and 2. I scrolled down so it will show it. Would you like me to relay that to everyone on the stream? Okie dokie. So everyone who is in the race, please keep an eye on the stream chat. It will have all of the information that you will need regarding restart due to this being a mass disconnection. But please keep an eye out for updates being provided by RSF1 Raikkonen, and please follow the instructions that he releases as he does. Rightio. So, we just have to wait for the lobby to be redone. Anyways, Vettel, we got a bit of time in between. What has been your favourite Canadian Grand Prix? Any kind. So it can be of the modern era, the old, maybe even the original Canadian Grand Prix. What has been your particular favourite?
Well, it should be quite an easy answer, but as a Sebastian Vettel fan, 2011 isn't my favourite. I really like the 1999 one, or even the 1991 where Mansell's car retired on the final lap of the race to give Nelson Piquet Sr.'s last win ever in Formula 1.
That is a good one, actually. Yeah, when his gearbox just went down. As much as I know, I hate to say this because you are a Sebastian Vettel fan, but the 2011 Canadian Grand Prix was pure excitement because the rain was quite heavy. They red flagged the session, and then suddenly Jenson Button is fighting his way through many people such as Mark Webber, Michael Schumacher, his teammate when he was back in McLaren, Lewis Hamilton, back when he was only a one-time Formula 1 world champion. Yeah, it was quite good as well. Fernando Alonso, they're having some bad problems because, Jenson Button did hit... well, he did have quite a few bits of contact with everyone, and also we saw contact with Nick Heidfeld as well, where his front wing fell off and it just flew straight into a slip road where the marshals were.
Yeah, I mean, 2011 from the neutral perspective is probably one of the best races in F1 history.
It's been
you gotta
only
count,
time really when
you have to count 2010
Oh,
as well, where the 7-stop strategy won a race, I think.
Yeah. I can't believe that did actually work. A 7-stopper, and it was enough to win the Grand Prix. But
who needs
you
the
got
screenshots
Canadian...
for the people who are out? Raikkonen, who...
Would you like me to read out the instructions that you've put in the chat for the people that don't? Okay. Right, so the following protocol will be the following. So it is a full restart. Anyone who was knocked out in Q1 will have to retire after applying their setup. And then after that, anyone who was knocked out in Q2 are to retire at the start of that session. So all the Q2 runners that were knocked out originally, you'll have to retire immediately, while the people that made it through into Q3 just have to set a lap. It doesn't have to be amazing, you just have to set a lap. Q3 is to go ahead as normal in the top 10 on top 10 shootout. But Q1 and Q2 drivers are to set 1 lap only. And to stick to the initial tyre rule, whatever tyre that you initially made it into Q3 with, that you made it through Q2 with, you must apply it. So, for example, Braver Container, being in a Mercedes, set his lap in Q2 on the medium, and all the other people, such as both the McLarens of Breezy and Steerage, topped out the tables with soft compound tyres. So they will have to start on those softs. So obviously the data has been provided, and it will also be monitored to make sure there's no discrepancies in tyre choice. But yeah, we just have to wait for initial reboot of the lobby. We can get an invite, and then you guys can stop looking at the loading screen. RS Prost says both Mercedes were on medium tyres.
Yeah, they were the only guys in Q2 to set a good time on the mediums to be able to get through.
So both the Mercedes are looking kind of good in terms of the tyre strategy, when everyone else on a high deg track are definitely going to be feeling it. So we just got to wait for the lobby host to reset and invite us. So let's have a little look at something that's not a main menu screen. Let's load up a nice picture of a car. Let's keep this car viewed until we get the invite finally.
Yeah,
kind of sick of just looking at that red screen. No. Oh, I was viewing the F2004 when you just said, make sure it's not a Ferrari. I've slapped on the BMW of Juan Pablo Montoya. I think that'll do. Oh, so that doesn't mean, obviously, with what we were... Okay, there's been changes made to the initial protocols made, ladies and gentlemen. Please bear with us. These are technical difficulties that we have experienced from the game. We do apologise, but we're doing our absolute best to get this sorted and get back to the Grand Prix. But please, bear with us. We do appreciate your patience. It's only just a little bit more, and then we'll get going. F1 2020 hasn't actually really been a stable game. Oh, got an invite from Waiter. That was funny though, Vettel. You knew what car was on there.
Yeah.
Because I put on the F2004 and you're just like, it better not be a Ferrari.
I thought you were going to use the 2020 cars.
No, I was using the 2000s.
I
put the F2004 on there, and he's just like, it's better not be a Ferrari. He's like, okay, I'll put on Montoya's. So we are going straight to the race on from the Q2 grid. So that means that initially, Breezy will be leading the start of the Grand Prix, followed by Steerage, his teammate. So both McLarens will be on the first two rows. Well, we'll be on the front row of the Canadian Grand Prix. So please do bear with us. They're currently getting everyone back in, and they're reforming the grid as they can. Vettel, make sure you've hit spectate, by the way, otherwise it might not allow a driver to... Right, I now need to go to the toilet because that Pepsi has caught up to me. Not a sponsor, by the way. Yeah, I need to go to the toilet. Vettel, I'll let you take over for the moment.
Right then, I think now is a good opportunity to run through where everyone finished in Q2, just in case you did miss it. P1 is Breezy with his teammate second, Steerage. P3 is a season best for RSF1 Notch. In P4 is the R7 when you miss it. Fifth is RSF1 Waiter, which I think he'll be very pleased with, previous winner around here. Sixth is RS Moronics. Seventh is Sturridge. Eighth is RSF1 K-Mag. Ninth is Braver Container. 10th is RSF1 Ites in the other half. With the BWT Racing Point thingy. 11th is Stygian. 12th is JJ Hudson. 13th is Rippling One Shot. 15th is Shrimper. I don't know who came 15th there. It was cut off. And the drivers eliminated from Q1 were XFR Peanut on 16th, 17th Grunty, 18th Iox, 19th RSF1 Stroll, and last is Elements No 7. Yeah, it is a little harsh on the medium guys, but this is the best solution without having to run through qualifying again, which is excessive time, which I know quite a few people have to be up very early tomorrow.
Rightio, I'm back, and from what I can see, a load of people are thinking it's quite unfair for the likes of Braver Container and Moronix, who qualified on the medium tyre. Unfortunately, it is what it is with what's just happened and the fact that it's all just went pear-shaped from Q3. There's really no other alternative. Obviously, the committee and the division heads, as well as the lobby host, are trying their best to get this all going for you guys. So please, as much as it's a bit of a shame for them to have suffered a little bit from trying to qualify on those mediums, it is what it is at the moment, and we're just going to have to push through it. Hippo Man saying, come on Haas, still have to start on qualifying tyres. That is correct. Vettel, have you got all of the tyres? Have you got a screen of all the tyres that the people started with? Because obviously we need to keep an eye out in case anyone's decided to pull a cheeky move and like in the top 10 someone's picked hards.
Yeah, it's only the Mercedes in the top 10 with the medium tyres, so if anyone else is on the mediums or hards, they're being a bit naughty.
However, anyone from under P10, so P11 to last, will have the freedom of choice to pick whatever tyre they want to start on. So if they wanted to, whoever's in P11 can choose to start on the... Actually, wait a minute. Waiter was in like P4, wasn't he?
P5, yeah.
That's right. Waiter got a decent starting position. Where did both the Mercs come?
RS1 came in 6th and Braver Container came in 9th.
Ah, so it is quite harsh on them. But then again, they have the pace to bring it back.
Yeah, it's not the easiest circuit to overtake on, but it is more than possible.
Don't you hate it when just stupid things happen with a game? Like, just... CP Mids 73 says, I've just joined. Who is the top 3, if you don't mind? I know Breezy qualified on pole. After a bit of a bug with the game, Mids, we've had to restart the lobby and run from the Q2 grid for the race start. So Breezy qualified on pole, followed by his teammate Steerage, and then in third, who is it? And then RSF1 Notch. So it's McLaren, and Alfa Romeo in the top 3. Is CP Mids someone new in the chat? Are you new to RSF1 Mids? Keep an eye out for him, because if he's new. Mediums is a big strategy gain, though, which is correct. In terms of strategy, those two Mercedes are in good spots, but as if they can avoid any drama. Mid says, oh, nice, thank you. Up the McLaren boys. So it looks like the McLaren guys have got a supporter of Mids.
CP Mids is Midsy.
Oh, it's Midsy 50.
Division 1.
Oh, okay, I've never met Midsy before.
Yeah, he's in the Tango squad for Tier 1.
Ah, he's a McLaren as well. So no wonder he's supporting the pair of them. Well, it's a good day if you're a McLaren fan, especially if the fact is anyone who did make it into Q3, who had to do like a second lap over on worn softs, now have fresh softs. So it is kind of done them a favour. They have to make sure they make their luck stick.
Yeah, run up the Haas.
We've got to wait for Moronics to get in the Mercedes. Because currently, right now, it's Braver Container in a Mercedes seat, and then you've got the AI of Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, that's true. And so next year, season was 2021 season. It's been a bit of a weird year, 2020 so far, and in 2021 we're going to be seeing the rebranding of two teams. So obviously Aston Martin will be relinquishing the team of Racing Point. So they'll go from pink to green, maybe, depending on the BWT.
Yeah, they have confirmed
sponsor.
they'll be racing in British Racing Green.
And then obviously Renault are going to. I say Alpine because it looks like Alpine, but the people call it Alpine, but like it's Alpine. But they'll be relinquishing their name from Renault to Alpine Racing.
Yeah, I'm quite interested to see.
Sorry to interrupt your session, guys. My audio will be included. It's RSF1 in here. The grid is ready to go. We are going from Q2 times. Please remind your drivers, engineers, to make sure they start on their qualifying 2 tyres. So out there, it's the 2 Mercedes to start on medium tyres.
Everyone else in the top 10
Everyone
have
else
to be
on
on.
softs.
Have to be on soft tyre. So thank you very much, Raikkonen, for your hard work, by the way. And I want to, while you're here, thank you for everything you've done to get this race going back into action, and the rest of the committee as well. It's very much appreciated. Otherwise, this would be a disaster, and we'd all just be sitting there twiddling.
We understand that. Who's got really bad mic at the moment?
That's Vettel's mic.
Right. We understand that obviously it's a disappointing thing that we can't run Q3, but it's what we've got to do. It's what we've got to work with. So good luck, guys, into the race. We hope you enjoy the show.
Thank you very much, mate, and we hope you enjoy it as well. So everyone, please give a massive round of applause. I know they can't hear it. Applause and respect to the guys in the committee. So that's Shane, Raikkonen, it's been Porter as well. Please make sure to give them massive praise for getting this done. Because remember, we're not doing this for money, guys. We're doing it because we love F1. And yeah, we'll see you later, mate. So please, everyone, massive respect to the committee on what they're doing. If anyone doesn't have any praise for them, then I think you need to reevaluate it, because they're doing tremendous work. And we get the Grand Prix back on going now, mate. Finally, after a bit of a rocky moment there, we managed to get the grid reformed. And I think if we have a problem now, I think we're just going to have to roll with it.
Oh.
You all good there, Bell? A little bit crackly. Rightio. And now we are finally into the race. So this would normally be the transition period from when anyone will be able to evaluate parts of their setups due to Parc Ferme, but because we've had a full lobby restart, everyone on the grid now has the ability to change their setup, preferably to the setup that they just used. And then obviously the top 10 will have to choose their Q2 tyres. So the only cars that are permitted to be on the medium tyre in the top 10 is Moronics and Braver Container. Anyone else within the top 10 who has not chosen the soft compound tyre will probably be in violation of the rules, and will be dealt with after the stream or immediately, depending on steward / committee decision. However, that is their problem to deal with. Welcome back. Your mic's all good. But however, our job is to give you guys a good show.
Yeah, if you do break this particular rule, it is an instant disqualification. It's a very serious one.
Indeed. Actually, unless that's intended by the game, but I think you can actually see what tyre they're choosing regarding the pits, because Shrimp has tyres, I think they were red for a moment, they just turned yellow in the pit wall. So, you know, the guys in the Ferrari paddock are just sitting there watching the telly. Actually, this is surprising. There's only 3 guys in there. Where's the rest of the pit crew? Ferrari have to make
maybe
budget
trying to
cuts.
work out their strategy.
I think more of them are on the wall. Can you see them on the right there?
Yeah, I don't see Mattia though.
No, Mattia's not there. I don't think he's really happy with how this lobby's gone.
No, he's quite easy to spot though with the big red nose and the colourful hair.
Yeah, and the circular glasses. And RS Moronix has readied up. So, Vettel, big question, formation lap. Do you want the honours or would you like me to?
I'll take the honours for this one.
Copy that, mate. We've got 15 seconds to the launch of the formation lap. Your host for the formation lap will be Vettel, SF71, and this is going to be a good one. So please, mate, take it away once the timer strikes 0.
Right then, shortest track on the calendar, well, one of them. So starting in P20 is the Red Bull Elements No 7. Starting 19th is the Ferrari RSF1 Stroll. 18th is IOX 187 in the Haas. 17th is Grunty in the Williams. 16th is RSF1 Peanut in the other Alfa Romeo. 15th is Brutal Reapers in the Alfa Tauri. 14th is Shrimper 84 in the other Scuderia Ferrari. 13th is Griffin One Shot in the Tracing Point. 12th is JJ Hudson 11 in the Red Bull. 11th is Stygian in the Renault. 10th is RSF1 8 in the other Tracing Point. 9th is Brera Container in the Mercedes. 8th is RSF1 K-Mag in the Renault. 7th is Sturridge in the Alfa Tauri. 6th is RS Moronix in the other Mercedes. 15th is RSF1 Awaita in the Williams. 4th is Winnie Biscuit 184 in the Haas. 3rd is RSF1 Notch in the Alfa Romeo. P2 is Steerage 97 in the first McLaren. And P1 is Breezy 72 in the other McLaren.
Nicely done, mate. That was a very nice formation lap. Sorry about that, everyone. I just had a quick moment to pause, make sure that I was supplying the correct information on the screen for the stewards, committee, race engineers, and others. So the grid is now reforming for the first Canadian Grand Prix of the first Canadian Grand Prix of the week. We've got more to follow with the other 5 divisions. We've got 5 divisions, obviously CF2. We've got 4 more after this one. And here we go. We've got 5 red lights about to happen. Here we go. 1, 2. Wait, what?
3, 5.
5? Okay.
We're going.
And it's lights out and away we go. And it looks like Breezy gets a nice lead going off the line. I think everyone else had a little bit of a trouble there.
Yeah,
Steerage is actually under pressure there. Moronix is actually fallen quite back, and this is actually pretty bad for him. Top Notch is still in 3rd. Waits has actually moved up into 4th place. He's actually being challenged. Oh, the McLaren's gone! Oh my god!
McLaren.
That's Steerage! Steerage just lagged into the whole pack and destroyed them all. It's a safety car.
I can't see. Oh god, yeah, Moronix.
5-second time penalty to JJ Hudson, Brutal Reaper. Basically, JJ Hudson and Brutal Reapers has just received a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision with both of the Mercedes drivers. This is not good, but Breezy is now leading the Grand Prix. It's now a safety car.
Yeah, this is the dangers of lag in this game. It's very harsh.
So we did notice Steerage's car was lagging. The lagging McLaren of Steerage smashed into the wall, and as it was lagging to go back onto the track, it then collected so many other cars, and it looks like, unfortunately, victims of this horrific incident involved Moronics. I think it involved, JJ Hudson got no wing, Stidgen as well. Brave Container also got collected.
I think he went to turn 1.
This is not good. Braver Container's also serving a 5-second stop and go, and this is bad for his teammate Moronics. He's now been held up in this unfortunate incident. Catastrophes in as well.
Yeah, a lot of guys pitting off those soft tyres.
Loads of people lag. Probably not the best of behaviour there, Barry.
Well, the biggest gainer is
remind you to
RSF1
please watch
Stroll.
how you speak. Stroll has actually made huge gains just from that one moment there. Position change wise, Stroll has gained 12 positions. Waiter and Top Notch also managed to jump up good positions there. And Barry's message got deleted. But yeah, someone who's massively fallen out is Steerage, but due to his connection, caused a massive crash in, just in that chicane there, going through the first sector. It was quite bad. Snodvod says he should be removed with that lag because Steerage has just rejoined the session. Now the grid is managing to catch back up to the pack. Meanwhile, Breezy does stay ahead with those tyres. Let's put the tyre strategy back on. So right now, Braver Container has decided to take a gamble and put on the hard compound tyre. Meanwhile, his teammate Moronics has done so as well. But at the moment, quite a few people are probably smiling at the moment, and I think that's going to involve RSF1 Waiter, Sturridge, and both the racing points, because, you know, they both just jumped up some positions.
Especially RSF1 Stroll, who's gone from second last to 7th. I think I've seen the front wing come off there. Was it off the racing point? No. That might just have been a large chunky tyre.
Probably. So on board for a moment with Steerage's car, as he just joined back in the session. We need to investigate whether he's been lagging. Oh, there he goes, gone again. So now, Steerage.
He's not allowed to join back now, is he?
No, I think even in the what happened. This is putting me back to Brave Container. I'm trying to spectate Moronics, so get a view from the back. Yeah, I think after the fact that he lagged out a couple of times in the qualifying previously, and the fact that he's laggy all over that formation lap, after that start, I think it's no surprise there that Steerage has been told to probably leave the race.
Yeah.
Apparently, according to Midsi, he said he might have had the frame rate glitch. Oh no, Steerage is back again. He needs an internet speed test, apparently. Anyways, waiting for the safety car to go in. It's not gone in yet. I would have thought the safety car would have pitted at the end of lap 3, but
I don't
the safety car's staying out.
I don't get the notification, unfortunately.
Well, however, I do like for the fact is they've updated the safety car, so the safety car now runs with the We Race As One livery on it. Although, I did really like the Mugello safety car, you know, running in all red.
Yeah, I respect the We Race As One logos to everything, but I think I'd rather have a better game than a couple of logos on a car.
So the Mercedes safety car now leading the race leader, followed by Top Notch, Waiter, Muddy Biscuit, Sturridge, Ites, Stroll, Ripping One Shot, Stygian, K-Mag, Ioaks, Braver Container, Brutal Reapers, Gruntastrophe, Element Snow, XFR Peanut, Shrimper, Moronix, Steerage, and JJ Hudson round off the grid. And I think now the safety car is in this lap. Is Steerage back though? Yes, Steerage is back because the car is now skitty all over the place. Right at the back of that grid, that might be a problem. That's going to happen. That's going to happen later on. No, I imagine because he's lagging quite bad. There you go. Breezy's now launched. And now we get a restart for the Canadian Grand Prix as we now go through the World Champions. Top Notch has got a very good run there from the World Champions, but he's not allowed to overtake until Breezy crosses the line. They cross the line. Top Notch makes the move down the inside. And he doesn't. He backs off just for the moment, but Waiter's actually one of those people that's extremely benefited, considering Moronix's really huge challenge. The Williams is now all over the back of Top Notch's Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, been a couple of position changes after the stage car restart. Sturridge has got by, but he missed it. Stroll staying in position. Rippling looking to have not gained either. Stygian actually up to P9 from 11th, so I think he'll be, after the damage, I think he'll be too disappointed with that.
Oh, and Brutal Reapers move past Ioaks in the DRS zone in the mid-sector.
Oh, Elements
inside into that tricky chicane. Yeah, Elements. Wait, what?
Elements they've got by XFR Peanut. Went down the outside actually. Oh, but Peanut's going back.
And that's actually left Element in being challenged by Shrimper in the Ferrari. Meanwhile, Stroll is hanging very, very. Actually, no, the Delta's just glitched.
Yeah, there is.
On board with some of the lads in the mid-sector. Top Notch takes the lead. No, they're battling side by side going to turn 1 and 2. Top Notch and Breezy side by side.
Looks at Top Notch.
No, but Breezy's still to the side of him going into the chicane. Breezy backs off and Top Notch takes the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. Meanwhile, Waiter is hanging on the back. Yeah, that was a bit of one, so I imagine Waiter's collected a warning there.
Yeah, Waiter is quite notorious here to do for all the penalties.
Breezy's falling back a little bit, if you've noticed. Top Notch has gained a bit of a lead, and Steerage retires from the Grand Prix. Braver Container pits once again. So what was looking like a promising run for the Mercedes after that glitched lobby ends in Taz.
Yeah, falling 20 seconds behind Moronix. I think he might have picked up a bit of damage on the restart.
And currently, as it stands, Breezy is actually losing pace. He seemed pretty good, but now that he's in the dirty air, he's feeling the effect from what is being supplied there by Top Notch. And this is allowing RSF1 Waiter to get a little look on the McLaren, but the McLaren manages to shut the door, and the Williams will have to bide his time. But now the Williams is being challenged. Behind him is the AlphaTauri, and actually Ites has benefited from this little moment there, because Ites is up into 5th, Ripping One Shots is in 8th. Racing Point have benefited from this, especially the fact that both of them were knocked out in Q2. Well, actually, no, Ites made it through. Ites goes wide. And Waiter is going to try and go round the outside. He's got the DRS assistant going into the next corner. It's side by side.
Push wide there.
What a move! But Breezy goes wide, and there's allowed Sturridge. Oh, into the hairpin.
Big tap there. Sturridge nearly hitting the wall there.
And now he's actually going to have the DRS and ERS going into the straight. And actually, Ice is actually getting a little bit of this action.
He's going to go down the inside.
Going into the chicane, what are you doing? Oh my god!
Lucky to not spin it there.
Ice used
all of his DRS.
Free wide again! And it's Muddy Biscuit! Oh my god!
Stroll
Muddy Biscuit!
There. Got him, yeah. Sturridge quite wide with
Muddy Biscuit! He licked the stamp and sent it there. Stroll's now on the back of this this battle. AlphaTauri is feeling it. Oh, and Stroll's got very close. And it looks like poor Sturridge is feeling this pressure. And it looks like Ripping One Shot's holding off the Renault Stitching. But now going into the straight, it's a DRS train. Look at the pair of the Renaults all over the gearbox of the Racing Point. Oh, this is so close, and he's trying to make the move. That is actually such an awesome camera angle. You can see the vicious Renaults wanting to get by. K-Mag actually sends it down the inside and hits the Racing Point. Oh, a very risky move there. And that's actually allowed Catastrophe to capitalise from that mistake and jump a few positions. That's actually holding off Stitching. The chicane. A few cars appear ahead.
Yeah, some of the soft guys are coming in.
Look, fastest lap. Currently is being held by XFR Pina, a 1:12.217. Currently looking at the pit stops because it's now lap 9 of 35. And that is the gap to lead.
RSF1 pulling out quite a gap to Prix, 2.3 seconds.
Yeah, he's pulled out quite the gap. Meanwhile, we have this battle going on here for P6 between the pair of Renaults against Catastrophe.
Catastrophe is actually looking to make a move on Rippin' One Shot on this first of two straights.
K-Mag, however, is staying out.
So
there's two Snodrods. Snodrod, the Godbrodson 19, and then there's Snodrod the there's two of them. Oh, that was close. And the race leaders have pitted. And Sturridge takes the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix, but not for long because he has sustained incredible wing damage on the left side.
Oh, yeah. I can't imagine that's a very fast car at the moment. Is there a safety car?
Biscuit.
There's all round yellow flags.
It is a safety car. The game's not even... Yeah, it's a safety car. The game's not notified us. That is a safety car. I don't know what's happened here.
That might explain why the guys have actually fitted. It's a safety car. Oh, is it Stroll? Yeah, it's Stroll. Caused it. He's back down in P19.
I didn't even notice it. I think it's just the fact the game's just so buggy. It's not even telling us. It's a full-on safety car, Alex. This has played
safety car
very
has
well.
the pit lane, I think. Yeah, I can stay on track.
For the medium runners, Ripping One Shot has net pole at this rate. It's depending on what Sturridge and Muddy Biscuit do. If they're going to be wise, they're going to pit now. Yeah. Oh, everyone is.
Doesn't exist. I just been on board with Stroll to see if it's there, and it's little icons on the track, but it's not actually there.
But it's both. So apparently, no, the safety car is there. You can see a slow yellow dot sitting there. JJ Hudson's about to meet it. Yep, there it is. It is on the track, it's just waiting for the race leader.
And I couldn't see it.
It was just perfectly tucked in on the side. It's not both a virtual safety car and a safety car, it's just a normal safety car. So currently as it stands, and look at Moronix!
Yeah, lots of position
gain
there.
Everyone just pitted there. Look at that, gets in Moronix! A good recovery!
Can the Hearts go to you? I don't know.
No, they won't. It's just for the fact is he can go on longer than these medium runners in terms of the strategy, but he will suffer from pressure being applied behind because look, he's on the fresh mediums behind him.
Yeah, the previous race leader, RSF1 Notch.
Ripping One Shot is actually on fresh soft compound tyres. What is Top Notch doing? Trying to challenge round the outside.
I don't know.
He got to look round the outside. Top Notch has got damage.
Was
Left end
Prix
plate.
6th? I thought Ripper was.
As well. No, both Breezy and Top Notch have sustained damage. This has promoted both the racing points up 2 positions.
Yeah, net leader the race for.
Waiter also moves up into 7th. Sturridge and Muddy Biscuit, actually, this has worked out perfectly for them. That's another 2 positions they've made, and they're on the hard compound tyre.
Oh yeah, they sure are. I imagine they'll be wanting to run at the end. I'm pretty sure the Hearts can do 20 less laps.
They could. They have to be careful not to overwork those tyres, because as we've established before in previous stream when we were doing Q1 and 2, this is a high degradation circuit.
Yeah, it's also a very high load circuit because there's that many fast changing corners, so the tyres do overheat quite quickly around here, especially if you have a couple too many lockups.
I mean, if you're if this was in the game, they'll benefit from getting their tyres up to temperature pretty quick. It'll be the Mercedes DAS system, but obviously game won't do that. Oh, nasty lockups going in there, and it's still the safety car. Come on, lads, be careful. Shrimper, however,
keep a safe distance,
beautiful
guys.
recovery. Social distancing implied to the F2 grid.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we've hit 50 viewers nearly.
50 viewers.
46
that's very
viewers
good.
at the moment. Yeah, so thank you very much everyone for joining us. Please feel free to leave a comment in the stream if you feel like to. You know, don't have to. Unfortunately.
Cross wants you to pause and then pause the game.
Oh, there you go, yep. Stygian's got a 5-second time penalty for causing a severe collision with Gruntastrophe. There we go, I think. Safety car is in. We re-begin. And it's green flagged once again. And JJ Hudson leads. And it looks like Moronics are being challenged immediately by Ripping One Shot. It's a Mercedes on soft tyre versus hard tyre versus the racing
he's got
point.
the move
Oh,
done as Rip left.
oh my god!
Oh, that's on the ball.
It's nasty into the net. Oh no! Moronics!
It's falling down the ground. Yeah,
No, that might be another safety car.
No, safety car. Just yellow flag in sector 1.
Unlucky to Moronics. A collision there with Ripping One Shot has sent him down from the top 2 rows to down to plumb last. Just what seemed like a possible good recovery there for the Mercedes after a horrible restart due to the lobby crashing in Q3 and everyone not being able to set any times. Could have been maybe even a top 5 run there for the Mercedes if they got the Q3. And now Braver Container 13th actually challenging Peanut. Peanut challenging Brutal Reapers actually. Oh, we've got quite a few battles going on there. Champions. Peanut on the fresh soft versus everyone on medium tyres. XFR Peanut is looking to challenge Stygian as a retirement from RSF1 Stroll in the Ferrari. Tricky Hunter, this track is a disaster. Verstappen, nice to see you have good viewing numbers tonight. I agree. 51 viewers! That's Moronics retiring from the session. Lobby Post has now decided that's the end of his day and retires from the Grand Prix. Meanwhile, Waiter being challenged there by the... Well, actually, he actually overtook RSF1 Ice. He's on a roll. And now, actually, Waiter moves up to the 4th place and takes it from Snodrod. Over 50 viewers. I want to say thank you to everyone for getting us over to 50 viewers. Stygian gets the move done and Muddy Biscuit going into the hairpin.
Yeah,
and Waiter
is
actually... Yeah, it's really good. Tricky Hunter, you've got a new follower here. Thank you very much, man. If you wish to join RSF1, please, the Nightbot will be posting links in the chat. If you'd like to join, please feel free, mate. The more the merrier. So yeah, a big shout out to our new follower in RSF1 on the Twitch, Tricky Hunter. Good to have you aboard. RSF1 Ice got disqualified? What happened to Ice?
I don't know. Maybe he was reversing on track. That seems to be the normal.
What the hell has happened to this Grand Prix?
I don't know. It's just pure chaos, isn't it?
It is just pure chaos, but actually we'll come back to Waiter in just a minute, because it looks like XFR Peanut is now ready to challenge the half compound runner of Muddy Biscuit going into the hairpin. It looks like the Alfa Romeo is going to try and get the move down the inside, and the Haas tries to cover him off, and it looks like the Alfa Romeo will have to just bide his time. Down the straight we go. XFR Peanut will have the DRS once again, and he's got Muddy Biscuit on the hard compound tyre. Can the Haas get this move covered off? He will do it. And it looks like XFR Peanut just have to keep waiting for that perfect opportunity to strike. Meanwhile, RSF1 Waiter doing a very good job of holding off Rip and One Shot. And down the inside goes XFR Peanut, makes contact with the Haas. Side by side, going into the next sector. And XFR Peanut takes 9th place. Meanwhile, Stygian is up in 8th place. Got Grantashafli in 7th, Sturridge 6th, Rip and One Shot 5th, Waiter 4th, Iox is in 3rd. I didn't even realise he got up into 3rd, Shrimper 2nd, and JJ Hudson leads the Grand Prix in the Red Bull. This race is just one big landslide to another, isn't it, right, Val?
Yeah, it's cool. I'm just enjoying the show, really. I imagine JD Huntington is probably feeling this is where he probably should have been, because he was unfortunately knocked out of Q2 because he didn't get a run on the soft tyre.
Oh, and a bit of a drag race going down to the final corner, and it looks like Waiter having the DRS and the ERS assistance, and Iox fell out of the DRS train.
Waiter
hits the
very
wall of champions,
wide.
and so does everyone behind him. But no damage sustained by the Williams, but Iox has sustained damage, and so it looks like Rip and One Shots might have as well. No, Rip and One Shots is safe. Kid Cuddy, Waiter is on it tonight, madman.
Any damage? No.
He sustained end plate damage. No, he doesn't. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're correct. I thought I saw him lose a bit of wing. But this is good for Waiter, because Rip and One Shot is on those softs, and obviously having to be in the dirty air of Iox and try and take him, it's killing his softs. And that's buying Waiter the opportunity to build himself back up a gap. And look at Waiter now. If Waiter keeps this pace up, he's actually going to be able to challenge Shrimper for 2nd place. This is good racing.
Yeah, Waiter's on a mission now to replicate what he did last season.
He wants to make it a 2nd victory, but that's if he can. Meanwhile, we go on board with K-Mag in the Renault. He's going to have the DRS assistance, and he's going to try and maybe catch up to the AlphaTauri of Brutal Reapers, but Brutal Reapers has also got the DRS. This is a massive
a little bit
DRS
too far
train.
back.
Oh, we're seeing a move get done. Waiter around the outside into turn 1.
Sturridge
Ferrari
and
tries to
Grunty.
cover him off on the inside.
Sturridge.
Waiter moves to 2nd place.
Yeah, Waiter's actually in prime position to take the win here, as he's on 9 lap all mediums, and the guys ahead are on, well, I'm behind, are on 16 lap.
And everyone behind Shrimper and Iox are actually suffering hugely due to being stuck behind the 16 lap runner mediums. This is mad racing.
Oh, Iox, mate, just holding off, Rippling One Shot there.
And One Shot actually looks like he's getting challenged by the Renault going into the hairpin. Those softs are dead. Don't know how he's holding on to those softs, but he's trying it.
Oh, breezy down the inside of elements now.
Oh, I think the move's going to get done here. Look at Stygian. Stygian's got the DRS and the ERS. Ripping One Shot is only relying on what Iox is giving him up in front.
Yeah,
and the
Ripplin's
Renault's going to have to just wait. Oh!
Very close
looks
there.
like Rippin finally picked. Oh, a bit of wing damage there from an Alfa Romeo. That's Peanut.
Yes,
Down the inside goes Renault.
No, absolutely no thought given there. Absolutely nothing.
Iox keeping it there.
Stygian just getting him around the outside.
Yeah. It looks like Stygian stays up in 4th. Element Snow has lagged out. That's not good for him because he's going to fall down the grid.
At Tricky Hunter, yes, this league does have lots of different leagues, well, different divisions which race on a different day at the same time, from Sunday to Thursday.
And as Vettel has said there, we do have multiple divisions. We have five divisions, and all of them race. The race week starts on the Sunday with F2 and ends with F4 on the Thursday. And we'll have to come back to that for a second because Xvar Pina has finally got the move done. Moves down the inside and he goes across and passes Iotes. And Iotes and Grantastrophe of all people have pitted onto new tyres as he sustained damage. Why would he need to hit?
Yeah, the Williams guys.
He's got...
Oh no, he has a penalty at serve. And a goal front wing to remove, yeah.
Sturridge has left the session. That's not good.
He's DNF.
Oh, he's DNF'd. He's retired.
Yeah.
Oh, Top Notch is still in the game. He's just got to pass the retired AlphaTauri.
RSF1 waiting.
Meanwhile, Grantastrophe stays ahead of Top Notch.
Yeah, Waiter's looking to make the move on JJ Hudson this lap, I think.
The battle for the lead might happen now, as JJ Hudson has done an amazing job to try and hold off Waiter on those medium compound tyres. I wonder how his tyres are doing, actually, both of them. 11-lap-old mediums versus 18-lap-old mediums. And it looks like we've got a battle for third place going on because Shrimper is being challenged by Stidgen. Stidgen makes the move and gets it done. Stidgen to third.
Yeah, he's got quite a significant tyre advantage right now. 9 laps. It wouldn't surprise me to see some of the guys in the mediums pit again soon.
And it looks like we're going to see a moment happen here because Waiter is all over the gearbox of this Red Bull, and it looks like RSF1 Waiter is going to have the DRS and he's going to have the ERS. Is he going to be able to make the move on JJ Hudson? It doesn't look like Waiter's actually going to position himself to make an overtake here. He's not wasting the battery. He's waiting for the correct moment to make the overtake. Top Notch, however, has finally managed to overtake. Actually went side by side there into turn 1 there. Top Notch and Grantastrophe, but we're going to have to stay on board with RSF1 Waiter because this is the moment we've been waiting for. Going down the straight.
Hudson's struggling quite a lot on traction right now. Yeah, easy overtake from RSF1 Waiter there.
With the DRS and the battery, RSF1 Waiter takes the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix, and JJ Hudson is trying his best to stay behind the Williams. He's got the DRS. Stidgen's actually going to be benefiting from this because he's got newer tyres than Waiter had, but he needs to get past. Yeah, I'm having a bit of a visual glitch, guys, where I can't see what penalties are being applied, but Stidgen does have a 3-second time penalty. I don't know how many people have got, but at lap 30, we'll go over the entire penalty system with you in just a brief moment. Meanwhile, Steerage has left the session. What has gone from bad to worse, you know, for the McLaren guys. Steerage is gone, and Breezy looked like he lagged out for a brief moment there.
Stidgen, a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, Stidgen's collected another one. And JJ Hudson is feeling the pressure that's being applied. We don't know how many... Actually, could you quickly check how many Waiters got? Oh, we got a car gone. That's ripping one shot.
Unlucky there for the Toep guys.
Oh, Stidgen just hit the back of JJ.
Oh, damage? No.
No damage, luckily.
How many penalties Waiter has? He has 3 penalties at the moment.
And how many does Stidgen have?
Oh, what? Disqualified from the section. RSF1 Ice.
Who?
Oh, he's already been disqualified.
Yeah, Ice got disqualified ages ago.
Oh, it's an unserved drive-through penalty.
Primus of a DJ Khaled moment. Another one.
1, 2, 3,
That's why I like having Vettel in this
5,
chat.
6, 7. RSF4 Stidgen has 7 penalties.
Oh my god! Waiter just needs to keep ahead of him. Stidgen also has a 5-second penalty, doesn't he?
Yeah, I believe he served that though.
So meanwhile, JJ Hudson finally comes out after his pit stop, and he's pitted onto the soft compound tyres. A bit of a risky gamble, which means he's going to have to do a 2-stop, and he's now behind Ioaks in the Haas. Ioaks is trying to hold off this Red Bull.
Yeah,
but it's medium versus soft, so it's quite a one-sided battle. But then again, actually, medium tyres has proven to be better than softs. Waiter's now pitted.
What tyres is Waiter going to be going on? It looks like they've got
hard most likely.
No, they've got mediums, I think.
Wait, what tyre? No, Waiter started on softs. He can go on the mediums.
Yeah, he was serving a 5-second time penalty, I think, before they could work on the car, which isn't going to help him that much, I don't think. Especially if he wants to win this race.
Overtakes Ioaks, but Muddy Biscuit is the only person in front, logically, who could win this still. Brutal Reapers, K-Mag and Stygian will have to pit. They pitted on lap 11 to those mediums. There's no way in hell they're going to do 24 laps on those medium tyres. They will be shot.
Yeah, very much so. JJ Hudson is cutting down the time on Muddy Biscuit at the moment. But Muddy Biscuit at the end of this race is going to be very slow. Those cars will be 24 laps old.
Oh, we've got a car going in the pits again. I think that's Element Snow.
Yes.
I think he's retiring now.
He has.
Yeah, Element Snow. Yeah, he's retired from the session. JJ Hudson cut the wall of like the final chicane there just a little bit. That's probably why he's gained so much time just in that moment. He did cut that quite a lot.
Yeah, a lot of drivers
Meanwhile,
using track limits.
Waiter is slightly catching Ioaks, but Shrimper is now pressuring the back of Waiter. Not too long ago, it was a battle for the top 3 spots, and Waiter moved into the lead of the Grand Prix for a brief moment.
Yeah, there's still a couple of guys ahead of Waiter. Still, Ioaks, most importantly, I don't think will need to pit. I do believe the mediums will do 15 laps easily. So that is a battle for race position.
It's definitely questions being raised now for the Renault guys. Stygian has got so many penalties now. I think if he accumulates any more, he will
get disqualified.
There you go. Stygian has gone into the pits, and K-Mag takes the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. So the big question is can Waiter jump Stygian? Stygian serving a 5-second.
He's getting fresh softs on. I imagine he'll be hunting down the fastest lap of the race as well. Is Waiter going to come out ahead though?
Yeah, he will.
Yes, he does. More importantly, Shrimper is ahead.
Medium runners will not go to the end.
He not could end up being ahead of Stygian. No. Stygian
So
with quite a lot of work
pressuring.
to do.
Yeah, and also the fact he's got those penalties in his hand. So we will see so many positions jump. Hello, everyone. By the way, it's Raikkonen on the account tonight. Hello, Raikkonen. He's on the Twitch account's chat. JJ Hudson, by the way, finally cut that gap down. And he's caught up to Muddy.
Yeah, those softs should just be eating it at a time now. I think Jay Hudson might actually go to the end. He's only done 3 laps on those softs. It'll be very nip or tuck whether the tyres will take the punishment or not.
Meanwhile, Shrimper has actually got a bit of an advantage now because Waiter has no DRS that's been provided by Ioaks. Waiter's done a good job to catch the Haas in front of him. Meanwhile, Shrimper's actually using up everything he's got to stay with him. Vettel, Primus, let me get something stuck in your head. Oh, God. This is Vettel we're talking about here. K-Mag still has the lead. But for how long? Oh my god, oh my god, that is in my head now.
Shoot done.
It's shut down. Yeah, it's a Star Wars thing. It's a video he showed me. It's like a parody, and he's been doing it to me ever since.
Alright.
Yeah, it's just a little running joke, really. But here we got a little bit of a battle going on because Iox has now got pressure from two guys. He's got pressure from Waiter and he's got pressure from Shrimper.
Waiter's looking to make the move, pulling to the inside line.
He's gonna do it!
He's got the car lane.
And he does it!
Iox coming back at him now.
And Waiter to fifth!
Yeah.
And now Shrimper's got the action!
Came out in bits for the fresh soft. Promoting way up to P4. Bit risky with the strategy with JJ Hudson. So Waiter currently is on for a podium because Brutal Reapers does have to pit, but Waiter does have quite a few penalties.
But then again, I imagine the other guys aren't so clean. Remember, at lap 30, we'll evaluate over the penalties to make sure we know who's got what, so we can keep the race engineers as well as the viewers appraised on what's happening. Meanwhile, Brutal Reapers leads the Grand Prix. Muddy Biscuit being challenged by JJ Hudson now. JJ Hudson's finally built this back up, but this is bad for JJ as well as good because he's now going to fight for second place, but him pushing to catch Muddy Biscuit is killing those softs.
Yeah, getting stuck behind a car on here with the dirty air is quite bad for tyre wear actually.
Stygian now challenging Iox going down the straight. Oh! And Stygian's made contact with Iox going into the final chicane, and it's spun out Iox.
Ah, shame there for the Haas driver.
Oh! And JJ Hudson and Muddy Biscuits made contact up in front. A little bit of a tail end there, kicking out there on the Haas. JJ Hudson's made the move. But at what cost?
Yeah, the Rebel must have done his way through past the Haas of Muddy Biscuit.
And now JJ Hudson's got some work to do to push, to get ahead, because his softs will not last for another 6 laps. 12 laps on the soft is a big ask. However, Muddy Biscuit on those hards can go to the end, but now you've got a big question. Waiter can easily take these tyres going to the end. And then you've got Shrimper and Stygian behind.
Yeah. Those hards will be very slow in the coming lap, so I imagine RSF1 and Waiter will be closing in quite quickly. But there is still a penalty situation. We sure can't get the pen.
Oh, Grunt's retired. Grunt's crashed.
Safety car? Oh, he also got a 3-second time penalty for Connacht, and which I don't think is going to matter in the grand scheme.
It's a virtual safety car.
Ah, yeah. I'll go over the
This
penalty
ain't good.
situation.
This ain't good for Stygian or K-Mag.
JJ Hudson has only got 2 penalties. Muddy Biscuit has absolutely no penalties at all.
Wow!
Yeah, very clean race there. RSF1 Waiter has only 3 penalties. Stygian looks like he's going to lose a lot.
What about Shrimper?
Got 5 penalties. Stygian has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 penalties now.
Green flags as we go, and Shrimp unfortunately was caught on the short end there, because that's allowed Stygian to make a move and pass the Ferrari.
Oh, Waiter, 5-second penalty, speeding in the pit lane.
Waiter? Oh,
yeah.
that might have been your game. He already served that.
Ah, okay, good. Going back over the penalty situation, Brutal Reapers has got 6 penalties at the moment. Private Container only has 3. Riplin One Shot has
Biscuit is looking looking like he's going to take this because everyone around him has got penalties, by the way. And he's not got nothing. Continue, sorry, the penalties. I was just surprised to see that, you know, Muddy Biscuit's still holding, even though everyone around him's got something for them, you know.
Yeah, Breezy only has 2, which is very respectable, as in this track is very harsh on it. And Iox has 7, I think.
Stygian's getting a little look at Waiter, and Waiter's getting a little look at Muddy Biscuit. This battle's not good for Stygian's softs. Waiter's now actually going to get a little look, maybe going into the chicane on the Haas.
Yeah, Muddy Biscuit only has to stay in 6 seconds of JJ Hudson to win the race. It's going to be a hard ask though on those hard tyres.
Oh, there you go, there's Stygian trying to make the move. Oh, there goes Stygian.
Oh, gone wide. Yeah, losing
I think
position
Stygian
this
tried to make the move
turn.
there. Brundle was, it didn't look like Brundle was in the wrong there. He had the inside line. He was entitled to hold that line. It was up to Stygian to try and make that risk of challenging around the outside, but in the end there, it looks like it's costed him dearly, and it's made him lose a position to Shrimper. And now it's a battle for second place, as Muddy Biscuit is now in the crosshairs of RSF1 Waiter. RSF1 Waiter takes second place, and there's still 3 laps to go of this Grand Prix. JJ Hudson is struggling, it looks like, on those softs. Even if Waiter wins the Grand Prix, Muddy Biscuit will still keep going up places because he hasn't got penalties.
Yeah, very impressive there for Muddy Biscuit.
On a track like Canada, that's an incredible thing.
Yeah, Hudson is really struggling on the traction, especially coming out of the heavy zones, like the hairpin.
Stygian is trying to challenge them. K-Mag's getting a look on his own teammate. Look how close they are.
I'm a little surprised that they haven't switched because Stygian will fall a long way behind you at penalties.
Oh, they hit each other! If anything, that's just secured a good finishing position for Shrimper. They both just ruined each other. Stygian breaking late and hitting the back of Shrimper, and K-Mag hitting the back of his teammate. Oh my god. There's going to be talks later on in Renault.
Yeah, not the best day for the banana squad.
Shrimper's still challenging, Stygian's challenging Shrimper, sorry. It's looking very close. It's close to say who's going to do it, but JJ Hudson's got those 2 penalties. Muddy Biscuit hasn't got anything. Oh, this is such a close Grand Prix, I can't bear it. The battle for first and the battle for 6th is so close.
Peanut has been
was disqualified?
Maybe it's a penalty thing. I do believe in quite a few.
Yeah, that's actually true. He might have collected too many penalties and got disqualified from the Grand Prix. Shrimper now has an open opportunity. Muddy Biscuit on 23 lap old hards. We've got the sound glitch on the Ferrari. DRS enabled. The Haas is a sick duck. Ferrari's making a move down the inside.
It's not really worth it for Muddy to try and keep him behind. It's probably not going to happen.
Muddy just needs to pace himself. Oh, and Stygian's past Muddy Biscuit. And now K-Mag will as well. This ain't good for Muddy now, because Muddy's now fallen back into traffic, which will allow some people to get ahead. I think Muddy Biscuit's chance of winning the Grand Prix is gone.
If my mathematics is correct, no, he's in a 3-second gap unless Muddy Biscuit has actually received a penalty over the last lap.
And here's a battle that we are waiting for. It's the final lap of the Grand Prix. JJ Hudson's tyres have fallen off. And it looks like Waiter, the previous race winner in Season 2, is looking to make this his second go. Going into the hairpin, the Red Bull is struggling like hell. And the Williams is just staying on the back of him. It's DRS. Oh my god, it's ERS. And DRS is the closest Grand Prix I've seen to the end. And Waiter, he takes the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. And it looks like he's going to take this away.
Team 2 placed across the line in provisional P1.
Well, RSF1 Waiter, provisional pole, crosses the line, takes first. JJ Hudson takes the win, but then Stygian crosses. Muddy Biscuit does win.
Yeah, Stygian falling.
It's not all over.
Down.
It's not all over for Waiter. As Waiter takes third place, JJ Hudson moves to second. A very good battle to the end. Muddy Biscuit first.
P9.
Good recovery from Braver Container, by the way. P6.
Yeah, I don't think the Mercedes guys will be particularly disappointed with that. It's been a very chaotic race for everybody with only 12 finishes.
Brutal Reapers also takes home a very nicely earned fastest lap of the race. So that's an extra point going in the AlphaTauri pocket. JJ Hudson has made the most positions, so there's no doubt the game's going to award him driver of the day, and I would not be surprised if it does. Yeah, I'm correct. Congratulations to the top three and Muddy Biscuit for being swamped by so many cars. And that was a superb drive, but it's probably going to be even better because that's the first podium of the season for JJ Hudson and the first podium of the season for RSF1 Waiter. A tremendous drive from all of them. And I have to say, it has been my favourite Grand Prix so far of the F2 season, because I know Stroll made the overtake of the season back in Zandvoort, but this has been my favourite race so far. An intense race, bugs happening. To see it go so exciting, it's been a tremendous race. Anyways, I'll go over the classification for the Grand Prix while Vettel tries to invite the top three. So in P1, after a superb drive and good holding off there, Muddy Biscuit takes the win in Canada, followed by JJ Hudson in second, and collects driver of the day as well for collecting the most positions, and a superb battle trying to hold off on those softs. And he made those softs last, by the way, Vettel. That was superb driving there from the Red Bull. RSF1 Waiter is in third, a good first podium for him, so congratulations to the Williams team. K-Mag fourth in the Renault after sustaining damage. That was a very good finish there. Shrimper fifth, Braver Container sixth, good recovery after falling back to the beginning, back of the grid earlier on. Brutal Reaper 7th for the fastest lap, Breezy 8th, Stygian 9th, Ripping One Shots 10th, Ioaks 11th, Top Notch 12th, Grantastrophe 13th, Element Snow 14th, Starage 15th, Moronics 16th, Stroll 17th, Steerage 18th, Peanut 19th, and Ice rounds off the grid. But that has been a hell of a Grand Prix. I don't think that's the first Haas win of the season, is it? I think we should.
Of season 2, Div 2, or is in general?
Oh, of this season. Season 3, Div 2.
Alright, in season 3, Div 2, I believe it is the first Haas win.
Ah, nice. So yeah, it is the first Haas victory of the season. So, Vettel, I'll do third, you do second, I'll do first.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Rightio, so first of all on the podium is RSF1 Waiter, and I bet this has been a long time waiting for you, mate.
Words don't begin to describe tonight. Oh, jeez. Yeah, somehow got third. Lucky I got third, to be honest, because the pens I had 2 corner curtain pens, that was 6, and then a 5 under the safety car. I don't know what happened. It was a very slow safety car restart. All got bunched up, and I think an AlphaTauri behind me just clicked the back of me, and so I don't know about that. But honestly, I want to apologise to Moronics because he had an incident ahead of me. He was off onto the grass into the second chicane, I think. I had no idea where he was, and I just looked behind and I realised I must have clipped him and spun him round. So if he is listening or anybody is near, then please, I send my apologies to him.
Yeah, that was fun in a weird way. Fun in a tense, really tense way. I don't know.
Well, obviously it was mixed emotions because on the very last lap, on the very last straight before the final chicane, you took provisional pole. Well, you took the provisional win, but obviously you fell back due to your penalties. But still, even though it's not the same as winning last year, you did manage to get your second consecutive podium in a row in Canada. So that's something to take home with you, Brundle. And also for the fact is your teammate did unfortunately DNF, so it's some points for Williams. So, but it's been a very good drive, mate. And to be fair, your pace today has been phenomenal. Your quali pace looked a little bit like you were struggling a little bit, but your race pace just proved that Canada is your track.
Yeah. Well, it's sentimental to me because I got my very first online win ever way back in the 2010 game, sorry. It was my first ever race online and I got the win, a bit luckily, but still. And ever since then, it's been a good track for me, so still going on, but it's not over, still a long season to go. I'm not looking forward to next week, France, so still keep on going. But yeah, it was, as I said, it was fun in a weird way.
Well, congratulations on your P3, Waiter. And no, obviously it's not as good as taking the win, but you did your best, and the P3 is what you could push out. And now I'm going to pass over to Vettel, who will now interview JJ Hudson.
Yeah, JJ Hudson, what a recovery drive from P12 to P2. I understand that you might be a little bit disappointed for not winning, but what a comeback. Do you want to run us through your race?
Cheers, mate. Yeah, it was alright. First lap, got caught up in that mess up at the start, so I dropped back to last. And then I just thought try and score some points, and then the second safety car helped me out. Everyone pitted in front of me, and then I knew if I could just try and build a gap to everyone behind, and try and come out on the softs, and then maybe I could be up there. But I wasn't expecting to come out in P6 when I came out after my second pit stop, so that just helped me out. So I don't know what happened to everyone behind me, but the pace felt good, really.
Yeah, I've got to ask, how bad were those soft tyres on lap 35?
Mate, they were terrible, mate. I was trying to make the gap of 6 seconds to Muddy Biscuit, and they just kept dying away at the end, and I was just like, oh, please make them last. But I had the good pace on them, to be honest. I reckon another couple of laps and I would have had to box again, but they were alright. 12 laps were just a stretch, enough laps to get the softs at the end.
Yeah, well done on your P2. Great points for Red Bull, and I'll hand it back to Primus to interview the race winner.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Also, before we do that, you've also, I don't know if Vettel told you, sorry, I was just quickly dealing with my dog because he was being a bit of a pain. Driver of the day as well. You managed to make 10 positions, good drive, good recovery, and it's a unanimous decision from us in the game that you've been awarded driver of the day. So well done, mate, and enjoy that. That's a very good earned second place and a very strong drive. So well done, mate. And now, Muddy Biscuit. Been a very, very mixed day for you, mate. Obviously, you seemed like you was doing pretty good in quali. Then the lobby restart happened. And then they had safety cars. You tried to push those hard to the end, and strategically, you was good to the end. But what's surprising is you was pretty much the only car on the grid not to get a single penalty. And it paid off today. Your preservative driving, your patience, it's been rewarded with a race win, penalty free. I bet you're ecstatic. It must have been very scary for you though, because just as JJ passed you, then Waiter passed you, then Stygian passed you, Shrimper, and then you had K-Mag all over you. What was you thinking there in the last lap when you'd suddenly just got swamped by loads of cars? It's like, oh my god, have I just lost the race win? Was you scared when you were stuck in all those cars? Well done, mate. That was a very, very strong drive. Again, similar to sort of how Waiter's been, you know, you lost a teammate in the process. I think Iox actually didn't finish, didn't he?
No, Iox didn't finish.
So yeah, you managed to score a good 25 points for the Haas team. I imagine your team principal will be thrilled with a race win. Also, the first win for Haas this season, so that's even bigger, you know, the maiden victory, and you made it stick. So well done, mate. That was a very strong performance. France, how are you feeling for that? Fair play, fair play. Vettel, do you have anything to ask Muddy Biscuit before we wrap up for the evening?
Yeah, I would like to know what your secret is to keeping the penalties down, because this track is probably one of the harshest in the game.
Yeah, I want to know too.
Ever? Oh, well done. That was really good. Yeah, so thank you very much, everyone. That has been the Canadian Grand Prix for Division 2. Again, we'd like to apologise for the big inconvenience that happened earlier on when the lobby died. Unfortunately, F1 2020 is not perfect. It's still really, really bad in terms of his performance, but we managed to get a race done, and I'll tell you what, it's been one of my favourite races of the F2 division so far of Season 3. And yeah, Vettel, that was really, really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolute chaos. It was thrilling from lap 1 till the end. Congratulations to everybody in the podium and in the points. And we move on to France next week on Sunday.
And we do, and I'm actually looking forward to that because I really do like the Circuit de Paul Ricard. But if you guys want to see that, tune in next Sunday with myself and Vettel, hopefully next week, and we will be able to see you in the French Grand Prix circuit. But if you want to see more Canadian Grand Prix action, tune in tomorrow at 8 PM when the next division will be duking it out. But for the race classification on the top 3, once more before we wrap up tonight, is RSF1 Waiter third in the Williams. In second place is JJ Hudson in the Red Bull, and in first place is Muddy Biscuit in the Haas. And also, driver of the day has been awarded to JJ Hudson for making the most positions, 10 positions. But personally, I feel he earns that purely because of how much was thrown at him. He fell down the back of the grid and he managed to bring it back. So, well earned. And yeah, that has been a race. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Please take care and have a good night.